Alright, Dean, I'm going to start my lesson. Yeah, I'm starting my lesson. Alright guys, we're going to start the lesson soon. Right, we're going to be starting up very, very soon. Hi. Hello, testing. Hi, can you guys hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Alright, okay, can you hear me now? Are we good? Alright, just want to make sure that whatever I'm recording, it's not too loud. All right, good. Okay, at the moment I'm going to put something into the classroom. Alright, now I need the link to this video. No, I've turned the webcam off, you can't see me. The webcam is off. Oops, that one. Ah, good. Alright, we got 15 people. Okay, good. Alright, I need to copy that link. YouTube, just put the link there. All right, we are live now. Okay, hang on just a moment. All right, we're going to be officially starting in 5 minutes. So just got to get the webcam working, so just bear with me for a moment. Woo! Okay, good. All right, okay guys, we're going to be starting in about 5 minutes. So just, I've turned the camera off. Just for those of you that have arrived 5 minutes early, can I just remind you about the assignment work? The deadline for the assignment work is not this week. The assignment deadline is next Tuesday. So I'm giving you an extra week to get the work finished. Okay? So there we go. So now what you do is go to classwork. Okay, you've got assignment 1, Smart Homes worksheet. And 20 people have submitted that work, so well done. And assignment 2, 10 of you have submitted that. It's not a big number, but it's better than nothing. I'd like to be able to see more people getting that work done. No, the deadline is the 25th of February, because if you have a look here, it says 25th of February, 25th of February. So the deadline is not today. Okay, you've still got another week to get it done. And the reason why I do that is because I understand you guys have a lot of work that you need to finish for other subjects. So I do want to give you more time for that. And at the same time, I don't want every single ICT lesson to just be, we just look at PowerPoints and we just do worksheets. I would much rather we do something a little more different and a little more interactive. Okay, so that's where we stand with this assignment work. And also you see this, there will be times where I'll use a Google document to type something. So for example, I might say, what is the meaning of purpose? So instead of using a whiteboard, I could just use this to type. Okay. If I don't want that, I just take it off. Let's make it 150. Okay, good. Right, we're going to be starting in just a moment. There were a couple of things I wanted to do in this lesson. The problem is we've had some connection issues. I will show you what we're going to be doing today in just a little while. It really depends on how much time we have today, because if we're going to do questions and answers, if lots of people have questions they need to have answered, we'll see. I'm just hoping we can fit this all in. Okay, just give me a moment. Wait 1 moment, please. Sorry, dear, can you go in there, please? Sorry. So it's my wife. The thing is, because when you're at home with your wife almost every day, you sometimes forget that you're teaching a lesson. Okay. All right, now let's make a start. You sometimes forget that you're teaching a lesson. Okay. Right, we've got 33 students. Not a bad number for now. Not a bad number. All right, now for the sake of time, I think we better get started. I will allocate maybe 5 more minutes because there will be people coming in late. It happens all the time. So I will just... Oh, hi Theo. Hi everybody. All right, sorry, just give us a moment. All right, display number 1, display number 2. Okay. Oops. I will save that for later. All right, let's go to this one. All right, we're going to start now. So in 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome guys to lesson 3 of ICT. We're going to be quite relaxed today, so don't worry too much. We're not going to be doing the traditional PowerPoints, and we're not going to be doing like extra worksheets and so forth. You do have more than enough to keep you guys occupied. All right. But I would like to use this session, if at all possible, to get some of your feedback. Any questions or any answers you guys would like to have addressed about your teaching and learning experience online. And by the way, guys, I'm being really serious here. This is like the 3rd ICT lesson that we're having online. We are in the 3rd week of a really long 5-week school suspension. Or maybe longer, I don't know. And we want to try to do the best for you in terms of your learning, in terms of what you're doing online. How can we make your online learning experience even better? Okay? All right. Can I please also remind you that if you are spamming, right, you will not be allowed to talk. Okay? So, I will at times remind you that we are in a classroom and we expect ourselves to behave in a certain way. I understand, people are behind keyboards, people are behind phones, and I can't just go up to someone and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop that now." Right? I don't want to do that. In any case, please remember you are a digital citizen and you have to conduct yourselves in a proper manner. Otherwise, we waste time and people don't learn anything, and it just becomes annoying. All right? Anyone that is doing anything out of line will be on silent for a certain period of time. All right? So, may I please remind you, let's conduct ourselves in the proper way. This is lesson number 1. Conduct yourselves in the proper manner. Okay, remember, digital citizenship. Remember that just because you are hiding behind a keyboard, screen, and or smartphone, it doesn't mean you have the right to be abusive. All right? Please show respect the same way you show respect to others. Face to face. Duck 'em duck. Ho 'em ho. All right. So that's the first tip for the day. Digital citizenship. Okay? Just because you type the most, it doesn't mean you're going to get the most points. Now, I would like to open up the chat for those of you that have any questions you'd like me to answer. I'm more than happy to address those questions. So, we are starting now. Okay, we're starting now. In fact, we started 5 minutes ago. So, would anyone like to ask any questions? So, every one of you should have this document right here. So the PCM notes, you should all have a copy of this in your Google Classroom. Sorry, in your Google Drive. There is a link in Google Classroom to this document, so you can take a look. Now, I need to focus on the questions. So let me just turn the webcam off for just a moment. Okay, so let me have a look at your questions. So what do we have? Okay, where's your gamer t-shirt, Mr. Marriott? My gamer t-shirt is in the drawer and I am not wearing it. Okay. Some of the questions that are coming up. What are we talking about right now? Well, right now we're quite relaxed. I would like to give people an opportunity to ask any questions, or if you want to express any concerns about your online learning. Listen, I am not just talking about ICT lessons. I am talking about any online lesson that you've had in the school so far. Have you had any trouble whatsoever? And you can be honest about it, but let's be constructive. Let's find a way that we can all be happy. Okay? Right, so let me just, I'm just having a look at your questions. What I will do is because of time, I am going to stop the questions and answers at 4 o'clock. Because I would like to show you something, because this is a very short lesson and time goes really, really fast, as you know. Okay. Miss Fong, I've got a present for you. Welcome to Miss Fong. All right. Any teachers that come in that I trust, I'm going to make them the moderators. I've kind of taken the liberty of making certain teachers moderators. So if they feel that some students are being abusive in a chat, they have the power to stop you. You really should stop yourself. But this is why... Hang on. Ooh. Okay, anyway. Lungkai Yuk asks, is the thing in the Stream VR chat? What do you mean by Stream VR chat? What are we talking about? Do you all know how to log into your Google Classroom? Very good. Very, very good. You'd think, this being the third week, you'd know how to do that. Okay. Hey, make me a moderator. First and foremost, you don't become a moderator by asking. You can't just say, hey, make me a moderator and I'm going to make you one. You have to earn the right to be a moderator. Theo asks a question, is there a way to let our eyes have a good rest? Okay. Not technology related necessarily, but I think the best remedy for eyes, if you drink tea at home and you have like wet tea bags, you get these old wet tea bags, don't take it out of the bin, okay? Just, you have a cup of tea or something, you might put a couple of tea bags inside. If you close your eyes and you soak out the excess water, you close your eyes, you put the tea bags on your eyes, obviously take your glasses off first, and then that is going to help to soothe your eyes. Okay. Right. Okay. Any other questions you guys have? Any other questions? We've got 51 users on the chat, which is actually not that bad. It's really not that bad at all. I was hoping that absolute maximum we could have had 200 people, but you know, it is what it is. All right, any other questions? Lee Wing C. I crashed my PC game because my car in the game was too fast. How to solve this crashing problems? I don't think that's something I can really address. In fact, I don't know if that's really relevant to this lesson. What else will we learn today? Ryan Wong. Thank you for asking, Ryan. Good question. What exactly are we going to be learning? Well, the one thing I'm going to show you today, this was something I wanted to do with all the students. Unfortunately, we had some connection problems. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you in about 5 minutes. Right. How do I hack into your computer? You're asking the wrong person. Right. It doesn't have to be questions, by the way. It can be concerns. Like, for example, maybe you're using, Hangout Meet, or you're using Zoom, and you have problems connecting. Maybe you've got problems with sound. Maybe you're trying to connect and it's too slow. Maybe there's too much lag. I don't know. So what do you think? Right, we've got 5 minutes and then I'm going to show you something. Okay? Any more questions? Anything anybody wants to bring up? Now keep in mind, as soon as this session is over, you're going to have to wait another week or two for more questions and more answers. So use the time wisely. That's important. Okay, next question. Why do we need to make so many Google Docs? Is it Learn Yuk? Why do we need to make so many Google Docs? That really depends on your subject. I find that Google Documents are useful because you can share them with people. They're not so easy to lose. You can have lots of people working together, and it's a really great tool for learning and doing work online. If you were using, say, for example, on my computer, if you take a look, sorry, the screen might mess up a bit. Sorry, please excuse that. If you take a look here, you can see Microsoft Word. Any documents I do on Microsoft Word are only on my computer and not online. And if my computer breaks, it crashes, it dies, I'm probably going to lose all the work on my hard drive. Unless you have Dropbox or something of that category. Okay, any other questions? All right, I'm just having a look at my question. Look, having a look at your questions, and do forgive me if I'm missing out some of them. To address Ryan's question, what else are we going to learn today? Well, it's not really learning at the moment. It's more of an exhibition. I'd like to show you something that I wanted us to do today, but we had some problems. Once you see it, you'll know what it is. In fact, some of you last night, I was doing a test video. Any of you here were on my test video last night? I'll address the games question in just a moment. But you may remember some time ago, seems like a long time ago now, if I go to the SJICT class and go to classwork, I asked a few questions to you guys about, do you have a desktop or laptop computer? And the reason why I asked this question is because I would like to be able to do a virtual game. It's very similar to Minecraft in a sense that we can all connect in the same game and we can build together, we can learn together in like a virtual space, a 3D space on the internet. But the only way that we can get this working is we need to have computers. We can't use phones and we can't use iPads, unfortunately. And the other thing is, some people say to me, well, why can't you just use Minecraft? Minecraft is great. The problem with Minecraft is that you have to pay for it. We can't do that at the moment. It's just too much to manage. It's not that we can't afford it, it's just that it's too much organization. All right, it's a lot to organize. Okay, let me just go through some of the other questions. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Hayden Lai, you said your email always comes in late. How do you know your email comes in late? How do you know that? Okay, you can see 126 people have handed in a response. It says 99 people have said yes and 27 people have said no. And another question I've also asked is, there's another one here somewhere. I'll take a look. If we were able to do virtual online learning, Minecraft was just an example. It doesn't mean we're actually going to use it. We're going to use something similar to that. It says here, 105 people handed in a response. 58 people said yes, 13 said no, and 34 are unsure. They don't know. But in any case, I'd like to show you what we would like to try doing, hopefully in the next 1 or 2 weeks. But I'm going to have to spend time fixing it. All right, anyway. All right, I'm going to go through some of your questions. I'm going to turn off the webcam for just a bit. Okay, let's have a look. PC lags. Anyone who's spamming the chat, I really appreciate it if you could please stop. Okay. And by the way, guys, I'll just be very honest with you. I don't support people using hacked versions of games or stolen keys to get games for free. If you want to play a game and you have to pay for it, you really should pay for it. Okay? Nobody. Okay? Okay? If you want to play a game you have to pay for, then you should pay for it. Okay? Because if you don't pay for it, it's stealing. Okay? Stealing is against the law. So if you're doing that, I would suggest that you stop. Okay? All right. Minecraft education, that's something we're looking into. But we need to have the computers. We need Windows 10. We need more Windows 10 computers, and we need Macs, and we also need to subscribe to Microsoft Office. Was it 365 or? Yeah, that's the thing. Not all parents are willing to pay for this, and we understand. We understand. We do. We totally understand. Okay, right. Are you ready for the second part? Okay, let's make a start. So what we're going to do, let's see, what we're going to do, just need to close this. Oh, actually, there's a reason why I have that on the screen. Let me show you something that I've been working on for a while. By the way, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, please feel free to keep asking, okay? But please be sensible. All right? Please be sensible. Okay, now, this only works on my computer, okay? So let me just make it clear. This only works on my computer. So, first thing I do is I go to 192.168.1.160:8002. Okay. So the student that's saying that their computer lags, it depends what you mean by lag. Is it the hard drive that's too slow? When did you buy this computer? How long have you had this computer? Is it a Windows computer? Is it a Mac computer? Because I think when you say that your computer lags, you need to be a bit more specific about that. What does lag mean? What does lag mean? Is there a way you can, without showing private information on your computer, if you took a video of your computer lagging, maybe I can see what the problem is. But just by saying my computer lags, it's not very specific. Okay, in any case, I'm going to keep working on this. All right. Oh, BIOS upgrade, yeah. If anything to do with your BIOS, you might have to take it to the shop. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Right, so this is basically what I'm talking about. Can you see that picture in the middle? This is what I'm talking about. And I have a software application called Firestorm. Let me just move over to the first screen. Okay, don't worry about that infinite image. So what I'm going to do, I have this program here called Firestorm. I'm doing this for the sake of time, and we now have something that looks like that. Can everybody see that? This is something I wanted us to do. Unfortunately, we can't do it now. I have a username, and mind you, let me show you something. The reason why I'm showing you this screen is because I wanted all the students to go to this screen and then create an account here by clicking Create Account, and then they fill out this information. You can choose male, female, or neutral, and then click Create. Once you do that, then you download Firestorm, and then you have to go to Preferences, you go to OpenSim, and then down here, you put the address of my virtual server. Okay, and cut right to the chase. I'm going to use my username. I'm going to do this quickly. Whoops. Okay, and my password. And hopefully this works. So just wait a moment. Those of you that had a sneak peek last night will know exactly what I'm going to do. This is something I would like all of us to try, but we're not going to be able to do it today, okay? So right now, the best thing I can do, I will show you what this can do, okay? And besides, we're not going to be able to do much in 10 minutes, so let's be real. Okay, now, this is what I'm talking about. Some of you have said to me, wow, this looks like Second Life. Well, in fact, this is Second Life, but this is a special kind of Second Life that you can put on your own computer, and you can create your own worlds, all for free. Now, by the way, this is my character. You may laugh. I mean, it's not the best looking character. This was the character they gave me. Okay, this is the character that I have in this virtual world. And if you look around the virtual world, you can see. Yeah, to answer QQ's question, yes, we would expect everybody to connect to this world. At the moment, the connections don't work. Right now, if you want to connect to my world, you have to go to my home and you have to connect through my Wi-Fi. Okay? And that's not going to happen yet. Okay. Some of you may be thinking, wow, this is just like Minecraft, because you can go around, you can press F to fly. So if you have a look at this, look, I've made this building. You can go around, there's a building there. It's a bit similar to Roblox, although I have to admit I've never used Roblox before. But let's just get right to the point. So you have this virtual world, okay? Now let's say I want to create an island here. Okay, I'm going to create an island here because this is going to be for something else. So I'm going to create a little island here, and I'm going to press F to land in the sea. Okay, all right. Don't worry about the graphical glitch. And then what I do is I right-click. We're going to edit the terrain. Okay, and we've got all these tools that we can use. We use a bulldozer. We're going to raise the land. You'll see what I'm doing in just a moment. What we do first is we need to raise the land. Look at that. Whoa, there's like a big mountain thing sticking out of the sea. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Brilliant. All right, but it's going to be very difficult to stand on that thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to smooth this out. So we use the correct tools. Oh, I just got an email from Manpal. Wow, welcome back, Manpal. It's been a while, man. Manpal says his computer is quite slow, but that's okay, no problem. Okay, so we're going to edit the terrain. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a big clod of land right there. Oh, look at that. That's a huge mountain right there. We're going to smooth it out a bit. Oh, what do we do? Or do we flatten it? Let's see. Yeah, that's what we want. Good, good, good. Yeah, so... Oh, this must be the boundary right there. We can't go past that. Okay, never mind. That doesn't matter. So what we do is we just paint the land. We're basically raising the land and we're just flattening it, because when we build buildings on it, when we put buildings on this thing, it's best to do it on flat ground, is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is a piece of flat ground, and if I right click and I go to create, you have all of these tools that you can use. So for example, let's say we're gonna make a cube. Right now that cube doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there, and it looks like a wooden block. It's got a wooden texture. It looks like a wooden cube. We can also add other objects. So for example, I'm also watching the time as well, because time is so short. We can have a sphere like that. Now at the moment, that doesn't really do anything. In order to make it purposeful, we have to program it. We need to edit it and make it have some kind of purpose. So, for example, oh yeah, those of you that have asked, can you die in this game? Well, number one, this is not really a game. Number two, you can't die in this, so don't worry about that. All right, so right now, if you take a look, we have a ball, a wooden ball. We can modify it, and we can program it to do all kinds of things. So for example, if we go to texture, we can change the look of the ball by going into the texture library. Let's say you could have a ball made of steel. Okay. There you go, and now the texture of the ball is changed. But what about the physical properties? I'd like to be able to kick this ball around. So why don't we go to Object? Oh, let's select the ball. Let's go to Object and let's click Physical. Okay, now what exactly does that do? Well, what happens is, if I walk into the ball, you see what happens? That is now a physical ball that moves around. And let me show you something else. You can also, with your mouse, you can grab the ball with your hand. You can grab the ball and you can pull it back like that. So it behaves like a real ball. Something else you can do as well. Oh, I've got to be careful. Right, something else you can do as well. If you right click and go to edit, I am going to, you can move this ball around the different axes like that. If I hold the shift button, that's SHIFT button, hold the shift button on my keyboard, and if I move to the left and move to the side, move back again, I can even move up as well. I can make copies of the physical objects, and you see it drops, the gravity in the virtual world drops the balls to the ground, just like that. I don't know, I wouldn't say this is a 3D scratch, and by the way, forgive me if I'm not answering your questions, because I'm so focused on the screen I'm not looking at your questions, so I'll try my best. You can program a football game in this. Now, how do you program? Well, what you do is you right-click an object and you go to Edit. It's very similar to Arduino, not the blocks Arduino, not the Scratch M-Block Arduino. I'm talking about like scripting. So if you go into Content, New Script, if you take a look at this, this is what a script looks like. So you could make your ball say something. I'm not going to have time to program this fully. I'd like to be able to touch the... if I touch the ball, maybe it will say something. So for now, I'm just going to say... So right now, that ball will say Mr. Marriott is king. it's called object at the moment. So if I go to general, I could call it a steel ball. I can take the steel ball. I have an inventory. An inventory are like all the items. Any items that you pick up in the virtual world, you can put into your inventory. So it's very similar to Unity, but it's not it's not the same engine, but it's similar. If I go into objects, you can see these are some things that I've built myself. Look, there's a table I've built, and I've done this with blocks and all sorts of things. So chairs and tables. There's another blue ball, and if you think you're really good, you can make something as big as this, and it's functional as well. You can go inside. You could build a virtual school, a virtual house, just like Minecraft creative mode, but I do think you can do a lot more in this. Okay, just real quick. And as I've said, it would have been great if we could have more students on computers building something. It will be great, but we can't do it this week. I was a bit disappointed about that, but never mind. Okay, let me just, I know we're running out of time, so let me just, so very quick, we can, let's say a cylinder, like that, and I can stretch it out, excuse me, stretch it out like that, and then hold the shift button, press move and hold the shift button, and then we highlight these two and do that. Okay, now you got yourself some legs for a table or a chair, and then very simple, just get another. Okay, get yourself a cube, and just do this. Right, just do that. For me personally, I think the best thing about this is the programming. The ability to program these objects would be great. So you've got yourself a nice table. It's not perfect, but you know, I mean, you can move the bits around. And if you want to group it all together, just very simple, just go to Edit, you highlight the entire table and press the link button. And now you've got yourself a table. Right, if you hold the shift button and move it, you can make copies. You can also shrink the table down. Just press the stretch, and you can pull on the diagonal. Now you've got yourself a big table and a small table. Okay, so that's very cool. And yeah, you can, oops, excuse me. All right, I'm just having a look at some of your questions. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. All right, we are going slightly over time, and I really don't want to take up your time because you do need a rest and so forth. Okay, so there you go. That. What do we call this thing? Well, this is called, let me just put the name in the chat. This is called Dream Grid. And it uses Firestorm Viewer. Okay, and it's very similar to Second Life. We call this Dream Grid. Okay. Oh, and one final thing before we close for the day. If I go here, I can change the weather as well. So I can say, like, this is the sunrise, and that's like midday, and that's the sunset. You can also do something really cool, like say if you want to have a really scary atmosphere, you could just choose a particular atmosphere like that. How many monitors do I have set up? Joshua is asking me. I have, I've got 2 screens on my computer. I've got one MacBook laptop screen, and I also have my phone. So in total, that's 4 screens. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I am going over time, and I really don't want to take up more time. But that is Dream Grid. using Firestorm to get in. So guys, look, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this lesson. We'll come back again next week for more ICT teaching. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask at any time. You can email, write in the Google Classroom, whatever you fancy, okay? So thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Until next time, goodbye.